2 months have passed since Porthos and I pulled the mysterious spirit's treasure out of the well behind the Golden Stag. At first we were inclined to share our discovery with travelers at the tavern, in the hopes that perhaps at least one of our many strange guests would know about the stones, 2 more of which we would need to find if Zephyrion's prophecy about the end of the world was to be avoided. Porthos and I sat in the tavern after another night of more questions than answers, when, by happenstance of a strange meeting, our fortunes turned.
So, what have you done with your treasure, boy?
What treasure?
Don't play coy with me. Look around your tavern. You don't think all these people are here by accident, do you? Scavengers from the eastern wastelands, a dwarf warming himself by the fire, pirates from the vast western seas beyond the desert. Word of your discovery has even reached as far south as my homeland in the lawless waters beyond the Black Cove.
We didn't find any gold, if that's why you're here.
I'm not here for gold, boy. I'm here to catch a sight of the Cloud Rider.
The what?
The Cloud Rider, boy, the living ship. In my homeland, it is said the captain of the living ship has not been seen for 1,000 years, that he made a deal with the spirits themselves that he might be given the power of the wind. But a terrible price, it is said, he paid for such a gift. For the spirits bound the captain to that ship, and there he is destined to reside for eternity as a steward of the wind.
This captain sounds like they might be able to help us find the other stones. Sir, how can we find this captain?
From the sound of it, he's already found you.
You know, every now and then this game gives you a moment of beauty, and sometimes you just gotta stop and enjoy the scenery. Hi friends, my name is Jacoby, and welcome back to Season 3 of Sunny Survival. Right, so here we are back in the valley where, by the power of editing, you saw that we've got a big build that's missing from the scenery that we will be working on today. But first, the first thing we want to do today is decide where our official entrance is going to go. I'm thinking we want to build a little warp landing pad right in this area, and then a little road that brings visitors into our base. Now, today's big build is going to draw people's eye when they first enter our base, but we want our road to lead them most directly to the tavern where the adventure begins. So I'm thinking that the road is going to hug the side of this hill right along this way, and we might put a few buildings in this open land here to dissuade guests from running straight to that area over there. We'll carry the road along this way where at some point it will split. One way will go toward our house and the other way will carry along to the tavern. So we'll need a little bridge to get down to that level. That's our first project done for the day, folks. What do you think about the new road, Rocinante? Do you like it? Yeah, well, you always have been a bit of a free spirit. This is our new corral for when people warp to the base. We'll slowly add decorations to this area as the season goes along. Then our guests can follow this main road into our proper base. From the road, today's build is going to tower over the entrance a little bit, but once this road went in, I discovered that we've actually got a lot more room to build here than I thought. So maybe some smaller buildings will go in this area, and maybe in this little corner as well. Here is our bridge. Very pleased with how this came out. I was worried about the uneven ground, but I think we have blended this nicely together on both levels. And then of course here is the Golden Stag, where in the back corner sits the very first quest giver. The more I think about it, we might put some prompts at the warp pad to lead players here. All right, folks, last episode, you'll remember we left BookofMisterE a cryptic warning about the fate of the zombie Pac-Man. Also last episode, you'll remember we invited him to pick out his new office at Minigame Land. He chose his office and was very excited, which is very good because it means we were able to lull him into a false sense of security. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after he logged off for the night, we went back and left a little decoration of our own using probably one of the oldest tricks in the book. A few days have passed, and it's time to check to see if our trap has been sprung. There's Book's office up there. He's got that nice glowing E in the window. That looks so good. All right, let's just head up these stairs and let's see what it looks like. That's probably a pretty good sign that it's missing, and he didn't just remove the pressure plate. I think we might have gotten him, ladies and gentlemen. We will have to watch his episode to know for sure. But in the meanwhile, look at how nice Book's office is coming together. It's really putting ours across the way to shame. Oh dear. Folks, that's probably a pretty good indication that our trap was sprung successfully. Let's go see what that's about. I'm a little afraid to open this door. Who knows what traps lay behind and wait for us? All right, be brave, be brave. Oh, okay, so it seems that would have gotten us. But let me sneak around here. I think, yeah, this is empty. All right, it looks like we're safe this time, but we're going to have to watch ourselves. In the meantime, this office is a mess, and we should probably do something about that. Much better. We couldn't let Book have a nicer office than us, so I tried to make it as opulent as possible, and I think it turned out pretty nice. We've got a drinks globe right over here for closing deals on new attractions. Some bookshelves to keep all of our litigation paperwork and liability documents. We've got some surveillance cameras going along this wall so we can keep an eye on things around the park. And I had a nice fire that you could sit by when you were working these long nights at the office, but as you can see, the health and safety department came by and boarded it up on us. Overall, I love it though. I think this office has come out with just the perfect level of Scrooge McDuck in it, which is exactly what we want. But folks, that's enough messing around for today's episode. It's time to finally do that thing that you clicked on the thumbnail for. It's summertime on Sunny, and people are really getting into the spirit of things. I've seen new IGNs in the chat. People are donning their best pirate costumes. And of course, there are tons of great pirate ship builds going up all along the server. So, we're going to get in on this pirate ship building trend, but because we live in the valley and this place is just a little bit weird, our pirate ship is of course going to go right up there. All right, friends, you hear the music? Let's do it. Ahoy mateys, and welcome aboard the Cloud Rider, everyone. I think it's looking great up here on the deck so far. It's matching this fantasy vibe that our base has this season perfectly. I love how this turned out. Now, what are we going to do with this big boat? Well, let me show you. We've got tons of room to play with down here. So this is going to officially be our second dungeon adventure of the season. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to have to wait for a future episode because we have run out of time for today. Folks, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, do let us know in the comments down below. That's going to do it for us. We will see y'all next time.